So if you're watching on my previous video you're supposed to see how I make the coconut milk here. So the other day I buy a couple pounds of salted fish from the store and say, you know what, I go home and run a boat. So I start by washing off all the excess salt off of the outside, and when inside, I say go outside. That was backwards, but you see what happened, right? But decided I'm gonna make some flour dumpling. Now if you know anything about flour dumpling, you don't have to ask me where the cornmeal there. Anyways, we decided so we work on some green banana here, right? And I went ahead by snipping off the ends them and giving it a nice little slit down the back, just like you see here, right? That will help them to cook much faster. Decided to also work on some ripe plantains, because you must remember, I not only boil you can boil them, or should I say, I not only fry you can fry them, you can boil them too, right? But anyways, started to roll them dumpling in and drop them in the pot, because we needed the cooking process to get started, right? After that was done, I added a little bit of oil and a little bit of vinegar also to that, and that just helped the stain of the banana to stick up on the dumpling them or inside of the pot, right? Yes, man, and that trick, make sure now learn. So anyways, went on to clean up this saltfish, man, because we want to get all that scale off and as much of that bone as possible off, right? Now I boil this for 2 times, man, because sometimes when them thick like this, them have whole heap of salt in them. Alright, so I went ahead and picked that up and broke it down to smaller pieces and proceeded to start working on the veggies. So the first thing was the tomatoes, right? Cut these up really nicely, and also of course we have to add some scallion, right? And did some onions also, because that was a must. I love all my fresh veggies them when man. But anyways, I decided to add it also some green pepper to that, because you don't know, well, this was a nice fancy dish and it needed all these ingredients, right? And how could we leave out the Scotch bonnet pepper? I did some pimento seeds to that also, man. And when I went back outside, I checked on this thing and it was looking lovely at this point in time. But it wasn't ready yet, so I decided to work on some ackee. Now, don't judge me for this ackee, because we live in America and we don't have access to the fresh ackee like you Jamaicans and you islanders, right? So for right now, ackee and ackee we have to deal with. So anyways, I find some really fresh callaloo and chop those up really nicely, man, because I say chop up, to me today. Wash those up really nicely, remove all the dirt and the bugs, right? And decided to chop those up ever so nicely. But I'm to me today, Today I just say everything backwards. Sure. But anyways, I'm gonna cut them up nicely, and when I go back out, I do go check on the food, it was ready. So guess what I'm gonna do? Remove the pot, put my big pot on it, add a little bit of oil, and proceeded to add these veggies. And yes, man, at this point in time, you should smell the aroma in the air. Lovely. I added a little bit of that callaloo to that and gave it a natural stir as usual, because you must always make sure you incorporate all your food together nicely, right? Just like I adding the saltfish here, if you realize, I can stir it up real nicely again. I can add the ackee, and then of course followed by a little season. So this is just some complete season, a little garlic powder, and also some of the FK jerk spice mix. And don't be afraid to play with the seasoning them we have in our cabinet there, right? And also, how could I forget that coconut milk that I rendered down, right? Oh my god. Now this was one of them dishes again that always wow me. So it was dinner time. So as usual, we have to plate it up. And yes, we have to be dramatic. Somebody may know I go say, oh, I never see nobody put down a coconut shell. And where the man just never just put it on the plate just so. The good thing about now is, guys, we can do whatever we want, and realize, be yourself. Mix and match it, if you follow what everybody I do, right? Do your own thing. And yes, I've made me a nice, lovely plate here, guys. And as usual, I wish I could have given you a plate. But again, one day. And how could we leave out the pear, right? As the Americans would say, avocado. Yeah, man. But this was lovely. This was lovely. So, if you try this, the use, let me know. And, yeah. if you're not a follower of this page, I would recommend you that you highly consider it. I'm bad boy, right? My mouth they are run full up with water. Watch this, guys. You know what? If you like what you see, just hit the follow button, alright? And leave me a comment as usual. And enjoy the rest of the video. Later.